Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. I am blind on the camera because of the sun. It's a very early morning show, don't worry. But this is your Manchester United vs Leicester match preview in the FA Cup. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what round it is. I feel like it's the quarterfinal. Is it the quarterfinal? Yeah, it's the quarterfinal. Do we play home or away? How does it work? Is there a neutral ground or do we actually have to play at home?
I think with the King Power, I'm not sure.
I think we're King Power too, I'm double checking.
Okay, well, not that it really makes a difference, but preferably I'd like it anywhere besides. Yeah, I'd like it anywhere besides Old Trafford because clearly there's just some home juju. But anyways, we will get into the tactics, the score predictions, this team on my left, which I doubt's gonna happen, but I want needs to happen. We will get into all of it. But if you haven't already, subscribe. It's free, helps us a lot. Smash a like, also again helps us a lot. And comment down below if you feel like it. We will reply and interact with everything. All right, gentlemen. First things first. Before we get into this Leicester game, I'm going to ask you both, as it's a ritual to ask, how are you both feeling after yesterday's game, where we beat AC Milan 1-0, after we've had I was literally just a few hours of sleep, and now we're recording again. So how you guys feel?
I'm feeling good, gents. We're in a very good place right now. Yes, another football isn't perfect, and that will always be there until it improves. But we're through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. I think that's a massive step, and we are the clear favourites of this competition. So I'm very happy about that. And in general, second, we're in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. If we win, we're in the semi. So nitpicking aside, we're in a very good position. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, we all know Ali's a results-based manager, and he's getting his results. So, if we're just going with that, yeah, we're great. We're fantastic. We're second in the world, basically. It's great. Yeah. But in general, it's just the case of it was a good win last night. We needed the win, but how we got it was just
It's not where we want to.
Yeah, it's painstaking, to say the least. And it's just the same issues every week that we can see, and it's just very frustrating. Keep on going until we going. There is some kind of individual brilliance. We're not giving to our strikers. We're not actually trying to make clear-cut chances. We're not actually trying to do this, not doing this, not doing this. It's very frustrating, and we're still getting the wins, which is frustrating even more because keeping them in the job. That is the frustrating part right now.
Yeah.
But this game is a positive look forward right now.
I seen lots of people who are Oli in, and just general top red saying that people who are Oli out. It's almost like it's fine being Oli out, but the Oli out and the hate towards the manager is almost becoming like when we win, it's like we're disappointed. But then I'm like, I don't really know because I don't care if I obviously want us to win every single game. I can't be bothered. For me, I'll just be mad at the manager because, like I said, I love these group of players. Well, the majority of them. There's very few I definitely wouldn't play, but I do love these players. I love Paul Pogba. And Paul Pogba, you would say it wasn't just Paul Pogba yesterday if you were a big Oli advocate, but I would tell you, yesterday was Paul Pogba winning us that game. There was nothing else. You take Paul Pogba out of that game, we don't win that game. And people say Oli still brought him on. Yeah, but how did Oli bring him on? I don't deny he was going to come on, but it was a forced change. It was a forced change, so there's lots of ways to look around it.
I'm not going to discuss this anymore because I feel like we're going in circles, and I give the same answer I've given to this argument. But all I want to ask is that if Ola does win a trophy and finishes second, are you guys going to give him the benefit of the doubt to say maybe he'll improve next season?
No,
and give him...
no, I won't give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll just give him. I'll give him the year. I'll give him the year, but I won't hope that he's going to play a good football. I won't hope I'm going to stop seeing McFred. And if he doesn't do it, he should just get sacked. He's going to sack himself. I'll stand by it. Oli will sack himself. At this rate, he'll sack himself. So, you just have to see.
I don't know. I just feel like, what more do you guys want, really? Because
I want Porsche.
I get that
That's what
I get the trophy argument, If the trophies do come, I feel like it's only fair to give the manager the benefit of the doubt. He's winning the trophies because the problem was league is not everything. You need trophies. If he's doing the league and he's doing the trophies, come on. I just think
the thing is next season. I'm just gonna make it brief. Next season is nowhere to hide. He will be in a job next season. But if he doesn't win a trophy this season, it'll be even more pushed next season. And I would say sack him. But if he does win a trophy, and let's just say he wins the trophy, he gets the top 4 next season, no place to hide. Because you know what? Even some of the Oli inners will start to say, no more fucking shit football, no more McFred. It's too early to swear. There's no more McFred, no more McLovin. Done. Nonsense. No more this not choosing your subs. That is unacceptable. At that, for you being that long at the club, that's
No more the
unacceptable.
achievement of done.
And if to improve in that next season is going to be even harder. Because let's just say we finish second. Where's the improvement? It's either going to be more points or you're going to win the Premier League. Then you still then if you want a trophy this season, you have to win a trophy again this season because this is Manchester United. So the progress will have to be. There's no way to hide for Oli next season. There is no way to hide.
For me, and you might not agree with this, but if we get better players, play better football, and do the exact same thing we did this season, I'll be content about it.
But again, any manager and the school teacher that brought them up could do better job with better players. It's no question about that. Your skill as a manager shouldn't be based off how good your damn players are. It should be as good as your tactics are, as your coaching ability is. Where there's just man management and just
I'll always go back to it. I'll always go back. If Bielsa can play the football he plays, there's no reason why Oli can't. There's no reason. There's absolutely no
but
reason.
then at the end of the day, like Bielsa makes top four, they still should get goals because of the way he plays, So there's still a frailty to the way he plays.
Times too. That's the issue. We're not the only.
But we get results. We get results. Pep played the way he plays with an inferior squad, and he finished fourth and didn't win anything. So, I feel like you're being harsh on Ole, honestly.
Yeah, I'm being harsh on Oli. He must grow up, dude. This is manager of Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson wouldn't have this nonsense. He wouldn't have us playing like this.
Parked the bus with Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial.
That's fine. That is wrong. I get what you're saying. But if he's covering the result base 100%, he's covering it 100%. You finish second, it's the highest he can do. He won the trophies. At least say, okay, next step on it. Can you improve the football? Because that's all that's missing. If you can't, we ask questions. We're giving you the time.
That's what I'm saying.
And set a fair parameter. But
That's
it kind of seems
there's no
like...
way to hide next season. There is no way to hide. You don't play good football next season, fire him. I'm done with this manager. Dead football. Dead. He can win a trophy. He can finish second in the league. We're playing McFred. We're making no subs every week and we're playing shit football. I'd sack him. I'm telling you this now for next season. And I'm not going to get into it because we have a Leicester game to talk about. And we can get to it next season, next predictions, all of that for the next season. But let's talk about this Leicester game, boys, because God help us. This year is the team. You picked this fucking team only, right? You picked this team. You don't pick this team. We're gonna have some problems. You and I are gonna have problems. Moroto must come on the show that day if he doesn't pick this team. Even if we win, we mustn't pick this team. Because if he doesn't pick this team, and he goes with our normal strong team. I'm not even saying strong team. Some would argue this team is stronger than our strong team. But the normal group of players, that play 90 minutes week in, week out, 3 games a week, I will be pissed. As much as I want to win the FA Cup as well, and like I said, I'll take any trophy. This team still should be good enough to beat Leicester. It still should be good enough. So, but before we get into the team, boys, I want to ask you guys tactically, how do you think this game will approach? Because I would even argue Leicester City, maybe not under Rodgers, but they were very similar to us. The counter-attacking, quick counter-attacking football.
Yeah.
Scored lots of goals. But I think they're only missing Madison, Harvey Barnes, Justin. Who else are they missing? I think
Barnes could be fit soon, actually, and Madison. I don't think he's gonna be fit for this game. But
he might be fit for England, Madison, but I don't think he's gonna be fit for this game at least.
United, I think not. But the Harvey Barnes definitely out. Justin's definitely out.
Yeah, so those players are out. Yeah. So what do you guys think is gonna happen?
We drew with them early in the season, and it was more because...
Was it a nil?
No, it was a 2-2, I think. Tanzania came on and fucked up. So let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Oh, Lord.
But I think as much as we didn't win that game, I think proceedings have to go the same way in terms of how we approach the game. We can't sit back and counter because they're still going to try to do a similar thing. And we're going to end up countering each other out. And it's going to be down to who got the lucky goal. And I don't want that. I think we need to take the game to them. And we need to play the Pogbas of this world. Okay, maybe not the Pogbas. Okay, we put Pogba there. And he hasn't been playing for some time. So this whole... he's been one of the grumpiness applied to him. But we need to be on the front foot, is what I mean. And try to take the game at Leicester and try use our strengths up front, because Leicester are a good team, and I don't think, as you guys put it, I don't think we're going to be able to shithouse a result against these guys. And I don't know if I agree with the whole this team should be able to beat Leicester. Why? Leicester are top four contenders. If they play their first team, why should this team definitely beat Leicester? So I'm not saying Ole should play the strongest team, because I feel like, you know, one has to give, and has to be the FA Cup, in my opinion, because we're in a good
Yeah,
position.
that's fine. That's fine.
In a good position in the league. But I do think this team, if Leicester plays their first team, would probably be inferior.
Okay, I only accept it because I know you've been consistent about it. Like you said, you would scrap the FA Cup, so that's fine. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that sentiment, just because I do want Europa over FA Cup, and if it means resting players for the bigger games, whether it be in the Prem
If it
or
meant
in-
sacrificing one of the trophies,
I
I'd
would 100%
sacrifice.
play the weaker
I
team,
would
yeah.
sacrifice this, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in that house with you. But I do think this team's good enough for Leicester. There's no doubt in my mind. Leicester have been somewhat struggling recently until Iheanacho found his form, and then he's just been carrying Leicester on his back recently. So with Leicester's injuries and Harvey Barnes and Madison, it's very late for them right
Yeah,
now.
it's
They
like
have had a
imagine we
very
don't
tough
have
run.
Bruno and Pogba. Oh. It's
Yeah,
not good.
It really isn't, because Madison was single-handedly winning games for them at stages. Harvey Barnes was single-handedly winning games for them at stages. Because Vardy's been off form today. He's been hot and cold. Ayuzi Perez is just a waste of money by the looks of things from his transfer. And it just looks like no one can catch fire. And it's just been Iheanacho right now. And he's just been firing non-stop. So he's the one threat we need to be looking at right now. And I don't quite think they're going to be playing too reserved to give us the space. I think they're going to be playing quite
It'll be
defensively.
somewhat.
Yeah. I think we'd see like an Ndidi Mendy lineup, play double pivots, 4-4-2 all the way, something like that, to make sure to give us very little space, just low block it, and when they push forward, they're going to push forward with a lot of power. So it's going to be a big worry like that.
For me,
I feel like,
yeah.
as much as Vardy's off form, it's freaking Jamie Vardy,
Yeah, you can't.
And we are that type of team people turn up against, and you're gonna go and be amazing again. So there is always that worry. And with Leicester, they will sit back, but they will be tidy about how they carry the ball.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's a threat. They'll be very good on the counter. And they still worry me. They still really do worry me. And I think we're gonna have to be at our best to win this game.
Yeah, I agree. Because, the one thing about the FA Cup is you play the English teams, you play the teams that are in your league. And when you get to these stages of the FA Cup, all the good English teams are probably left, so yeah, it's not as easy where it's like you look at Europa League now, like you said yesterday, in your opinion it's done because the team's left in it. In the FA Cup you can never really say that because there still could be a City, and then I know we beat them, but it's still Manchester City, like now even Leicester, it's still Leicester, you can't take these games lightly. So what Oli does and what he has to do tactically this game is that I do somewhat agree with you guys. I know they would like to counter us, so we can't really counter. So we have to take the game towards them. But I still think Oli's going to play for the counter. So I think it's going to be quite a dull game. And it's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to become a very dull game because neither of the counters are working against each other, or it's going to be a goal fest. It's going to be one of those two things. So which one it will be, I don't know. And who might get that lucky goal? It's more like a coin flip. You decide who gets that lucky goal.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he will, to be honest. I think he's going to go at them because the last two games against them, he did do that. Yes, the one we drew 2-2, you guys might argue that as much as he did go at them, we still struggle into how we break down teams. But in terms of the attitude, we did go at them. And in terms of the attitude in the last game last season, we went at them. So in terms of the last two games we played against them at the stadium, we've proven that we can challenge Leicester, play on the front foot, and have a decent result. So I think that's what we're going to do.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I was just gonna clear this up now. Well, just so I know, so I don't get mad at you in the match reaction. Would you say yesterday, the way we played against AC Milan, would you say that was going for it? Hopefully he didn't lag out. He did lag out, didn't he? Nice.
That's a good enough answer.
We'll just have to wait for him, I guess. But Clay, were you gonna say something to Moloto? Or were you gonna say something anyways?
Well, more to Moloto's comment and just say, as much as we have showed them in the past that we can beat them, Leicester have also evolved and grown as a club, and even their tactics have evolved recently too.
That's what I said. I wouldn't say it's just counter-attack anymore.
Yeah, and right now they're going to look very defensively solid because I just checked and I've completely forgot about this, but they've been playing 5 at the back recently. And they have 3 really good centre backs and fantastic wing backs who are going to punish us, unfortunately. So, as much as I do think we should be good enough to win this game, Leicester are definitely going to bring a lot of fight. They're definitely going to be going down our throats, and it's going to be a very interesting competition in general.
Yeah, I agree. And while I agree, let's just wait for Mr. Moloto to come back. I will pause it. You won't see a long pause in the video when you're watching it live. It'll just be straight boom boom back when we have him back. Alright, we're back. We have Mr. Moloto back. So Moloto, I was gonna ask you before I get mad at you at the match reaction. Would you say the way we played against AC Milan yesterday was going for it?
It depends on how you look at it, really. In terms of attitude-wise, in terms of structure-wise, yes, because at
The internet knows you're talking the nonsense now.
the beginning of the game, we weren't looking to put. Is it lagging? Okay.
It's back now. It's back now.
Wow. Yeah, and we did sing from time to time, but structure-wise, in terms of how we set up, we were trying to do that. But on the flip side, we just don't have the quality on the ball. So if you're defining going at them as playing penetrative passes and all that stuff, we're never going to do that with Fred and McTominay, in my opinion. So to a certain extent, yeah. But I think in this game, if we do that and have the start with the Pogbas and start with the Donnies even, I think it would be the way to go.
Okay. Just so I don't know. I know. Because yes, if you had to ask me, in my definition, if someone was like, United or 1-0 needed a goal yesterday, was that your definition of Oli going for it? I'd say no. That didn't look like it was going for it. So at least that's cleared up. At least I know in your eyes it was what you seen it to be. So I won't get mad. If Oli plays something like that, I won't get mad at you, boy. I won't get mad at you, don't worry.
Yeah. And another thing I noticed, I'm sorry to delay. I don't know.
Always gonna be China. Bullshit.
If we were that because we felt like there'd be more chance. We just didn't have the players to control the midfield. But there was a serious deficiency in trying to control the midfield in that game.
Yeah. And that's I was going to mention this now because Clayton said Leicester might play a 4-4-2 or they've even been playing 5 at the back. I've noticed United's midfield. If the inner midfield plays the normal 3 midfielders that most clubs play now, as long as they have a better pivot than us, they instantly boss our midfield. Or another way is that they could have a trash midfield. Like look at I don't know, let's say Newcastle's midfield. But if Newcastle play 4 midfielders, our midfield gets bossed anyways just because they have that extra man. And so in some ways I do sound like a hypocrite. It's like I want Oli to be doing this way better because that's what the things they do. But then again, you have to be somewhat fair to say that Fred and McTominay are just also shite. But then I'll always go back to the Leeds thing because Leeds, they are dead ballers in that team, and they do amazing. So it's hard. It's a hard one. You can only blame Oli so much.
They ship 6.
Then they do ship 6
goes to us.
but they're also
we
put in
6. Don't worry.
we also ship. Yeah, we also chipped in 6. But let's not talk about that. It's going down at that camp. It's going down at that camp. You know, so it's fine. It's fine. I want to get into this team on my left because, yeah, I'll be honest, wholeheartedly, hand on my heart, I want to win this trophy still. Like I want to win the Europa League and the FA Cup still. Can't lie. But I would play this team. I would play this team because our players desperately need a rest. And they're gonna go on international break as well after this, and most of the players in our normal team are star-studded international players. Yeah, so there isn't a break for them, and that's why I'll get into the reasoning of what I'll do. So in a brief summary, I'll let you guys speak about it as well. I know we're all gonna be on the same boat. We don't think Oli will necessarily pick this exact lineup to a T, so I will change it. But I'm gonna give the reason as to why I think Oli should have to pick this team. Dean Henderson he's our cup goalkeeper. You know, I know De Gea has been missing a lot of games, so it's more of a coin flip. You play De Gea, I won't necessarily disagree with it. I would like Tino to play though. I would like Tino to play. I think he deserves to play. I mean, he's been very good lately. He's been consistent. He just gives that added thing, and I think there shouldn't be a rush to play De Gea in again. You know, there shouldn't be any rush to get De Gea back into the team yet. Maybe after international break, De Gea starts walking in. But for this game, I have no problems with Dean Henderson or David De Gea. Alex Telles, I think he has to play now that Luke Shaw's called up for the England squad. Shaw's been playing a lot of games. He's going to play for England. So Alex Telles has to play. I know Alex Telles is an international as well, but he hasn't been playing. I fully trust Alex Telles. He might not give us the 7+ performances in the match reactions, but he never gives us lower than a 6 generally. So I fully back Alex Telles. Harry Maguire plays every game, so there's no doubt about that one. Eric Bailly, I would love Eric Bailly because of Iheanacho and Jamie Vardy, just to, you know, for the pace, it makes sense. He was left at home as well for the last Europa League game, so I would like Bailly to play. Aaron Bissaka, I know he needs a break, but he will actually get his break because he was not called up for international duty. So you play Aaron Bissaka. It's not a question about playing Tuanzebe. That's fine. Then you have Fred. I still feel Fred is very pivotal. You know, I wouldn't drop Fred. I would prefer him because, you know, he is very tenacious. He can do that defensive role. And when you have the creative midfielders in the team, whether it even be Paul Pogba on the left wing, Fred seems to adapt his gameplay. So that's fine. Matic I would play because I think, you know, he is that defensively sound midfielder. So I don't mind Matic playing. I trust Matic playing games like this. No problem. Now, Donny van de Beek. He has to play this game. Whether it's not for Bruno. If Donny can play, yeah. He can play instead of Matic. No problem. He can play instead of Fred. No problem. But evidently, Oli only likes Donny at number 10. And I swear to God, Bruno needs a rest. He does need a rest. Worst case, Oli. Worst case. Even if it starts to go down and you want to win this game, you can always bring Bruno on. And I know you will bring Bruno on because he's that type of player. That's the only sub you ever will make is Bruno at halftime for Donny van de Beek. You will make that sub, I know that. But give Donny the chance. Give him the opportunity. Give him, you know, better plays in front of him. Let him be in that number 10, you know. Even let him be on the pivot. I don't care. If Donny doesn't play this game, I'm giving you a 0. Straight out of the bat. You can win that game 10-0. I'm giving you a 0 if Donny van de Beek doesn't play this game. Paul Pogba, he has to play. Again, whether it's in midfield or whether it's on the wing, I think it will be the wing because Rashford cannot play. Rashford is dead. He's injured. Rashford, please don't go to international duty for the benefit of your own career. So Pogba will play at the left wing. Oli clearly likes it. I can say I got no problems with it. I know you guys feel very iffy about Pogba on the wing, but I got no problems with Pogba there. I think, you know, he offers us something Rashford doesn't, and that's better passing, better decision making, you know, more strength actually. It's just he doesn't have that flair, but that's okay. Then you have Mason Greenwood. I feel like he's been pretty good in that role. However, if Martial's fit, I would play Martial personally. If Cavani's fit, I still wouldn't play Cavani. I can't be asked about Cavani. He's not a Manchester United player in my head, so that's just that. Ahmad has to play. I think Dan James. And that's not because Dan James is ass. I think Dan James also needs a break now. Dan James has been playing, I don't know how many, like 8 out of our last 10 games Dan James has played. So he needs a slight break. Dan James is an international as well. So I'll play Ahmad. Ahmad is an international, but he will play this game. And now I look at that 4. Even you put Bruno Donny, even if Oli plays Bruno. You look at that front 4, boys. And the brains in that front 4 are ridiculous. That's one of the most brainy front 4s. Because without James and Rashford, who kind of like, you know, dropped the standard of IQ, that is a very intelligent front 4. And I think they are more than capable enough of getting a result against Leicester. So yeah, that's the reason I selected this team. That's the reason I put this team on the whiteboard. I know Oli will not do it. We'll get to a more realistic Oli team now. But would you guys agree with me with all my points I said about this team?
No. I'm sorry. I agree with most of what you said, but not everything. The goalkeeper and backline, 100%. I don't see anything wrong there. I think Wan-Bissaka is going to get a rest. Telles is a good replacement. And Shaw does need a rest. Maguire, yeah, we know the story there. And Bailly would always be a nice addition. And I agree with Mason and Ahmad. But then the
bush. Denton knows it likes that midfield. Denton loves that midfield.
Yeah, that midfield is nice.
Gives us instant life, clearly.
I'm not complete.
But you're gonna have to restart. It's your home.
Yeah, you good
When
enough.
your internet settles down, boy. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, struggling, boy.
Yeah, it's one of those days. It happens.
Clay, do you wanna touch on anything before just until Moloto's back?
Yeah, sure. I'm more in your camp with this one. I think the backline's what I want to see. I want to see exactly that. Hmm? I
No,
heard a ghost. I heard something in the faraway
it's just the
distance.
lag. It's just so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it's really bad right now. And then the midfield, I agree with you. I think Donny needs to play this game. Even if it's just 45 minutes, he needs to play this game. He needs to get those minutes in, whether it's Fred, Donny, and Bruno, the Holy Trinity, or whether it's Donny, Fred, and Matic. I do think one of those two need to
Whether
happen.
it's Pogba, Bruno, Don.
Well, I mean, that's not going to happen, sadly. I can wish, but
Get
it's not
over
going to
wish.
happen. Yeah, I know. That takes some expansive football, and we don't offer that here. Sorry, that's a part of your subscription. But yeah, I agree with that midfield. I think we need something very similar to that. At the very least, Bruno can start in for a Matic or a Fred. But ideally, I would want Donny, Fred, and Bruno. But for this game specifically, I want that midfield that you got right there. And then front three, I really don't like Pogba on the wing. I mean, he had a decent performance there, but it was only 45 minutes, so I don't know how he's going to perform for a full 90 right now. Because it was a good performance, but we've seen Pogba on that wing, we've seen him get lazy, we've seen him get a little lethargic and just kind of sit and wait instead of actually going and pressing for the ball like he was before.
Yeah, you can just finish your point. I know it messed up with the camera stuff, but it's okay. Just finish your point.
Yeah, I just think that Pogba on the wing is just an issue waiting to happen. Mason playing up front, he's definitely been good, and I think if we could see a bit more of that natural number 9, we'd enjoy Mason a lot more. And then Ahmad is just simple as that. It's Ahmad. We need to be playing him.
Exactly. Now we shall wait for Moloto to come back and have you say. Nah. Okay, Moloto, we have you back. Your internet just doesn't like you today, I'm sorry. But yeah, the midfield, you're saying something about the midfield.
I'm saying it's imbalanced, and it's just wrong with me. Donny's not a 10. I'm done with it. Donny van de Beek is not a 10, and he can't do it alone. And I think if you play in these players and you play Matic alone and play Pogba and him box to box, it's a bit better. But in this type of setup, we're relying on Pogba dropping into the midfield way too much for creativity. Because I've seen this so many times with Donny. Yes, he's a smart player, but as I keep saying, he's an 8. He's not the one who's going to find that acute pass and make the difference in that area. So that's the only reason I worry about this midfield. So if we are going to play these players again, I think, I don't know, maybe Dan James comes on.
Yep, the internet had enough of the hearing Dan James comes on.
I'll switch off after Dan James.
Okay, I have some comments to make immediately while Mortis dead. I wish you had the short fuse that you do with Donny in the 10 that you do with Ollie in general. I really, really do, because Donny's played it like twice, and you're really done with it. Whereas Ollie's been shit consistently at times, you know?
I think it's just like tactics and the players he plays around when Donny plays.
Yeah, it definitely is. But I do think that's just... Yeah, he's proper dying. I do think that Donny in the 10 isn't bad. I just think we need to adapt our play style. I 100% think we can't just go Bruno whip those balls over, because Donny's not going to do that. Donny's not going to find that pinpoint accurate cross from 50 yards out, and then Mason's on a run and he's one-on-one suddenly. We're actually going to have to use some interplay. I know that's a word we don't hear often.
Some tactics.
We need to learn how to pass with each other and give and go.
We need to know how to pass a football at Manchester United to play with Donny.
Yes, we really do. Just a 1-2.
Yeah, we need to know what a 1-2 is in football. Basically, and if any of you guys don't know what a 1-2 is in football,
I'm not used to it, guys.
I know we're not used to it. Here is the football. Donny, he kicks it to Pogba. Now Pogba gives it back to Donny, and then Donny's in the box. 1-2. Something we're not accustomed to see in this United team, but that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe in a team that plays like that, he'll give more of an influence. But in terms of being an out-and-out number 10 for that position, I don't think he's that player. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in this game. If Pogba doesn't have a good game and Donny plays there, it's going to be 0-0 half-time and Bruno's going to have to come on.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
exactly what's
That's
going to happen.
100% what will happen.
Definitely.
I could say the same thing about Bruno yesterday. It's the same thing that I say every week. If Bruno doesn't have it, and there's no Paul Pogba to help him, we're not scoring.
Yeah.
Without Bruno Fernandes, we are not scoring. So, yeah, I think it's always down to the tactics. In the end, it's always like your players can only do so much, and in fact, they're overachieving. They are overachieving.
You can like that.
What'd you say? You just like
For the way we play, we need an old school number 10.
yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah,
we need.
For the way we play, we need an old school
long
number 10.
ball and
And
Bruno, that's what we need.
Bruno is that and more. Bruno is a combination of a 6 and an 8. He's more like KDB. So, but he still has that.
9.
He still has that those attributes that the Madisons of this world have, or the Iscos of this once upon a time had, and that's the type of 10 we need in this system. And I don't think Donny is that. So, I'm not saying Donny is not won't be productive for us, but he definitely can't do it alone in this system. And as I said, we can play this exact team, but play him and Pogba box to box, and let's put Dan James on. And I think that'll work.
If I see Dan James,
Wow.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
Dan James hasn't got half a brain cell that Ahmad has got. Ahmad has got
Exactly.
10 times a million more than Dan
No,
James.
I'm not saying good job Ahmad. I'm saying good job Fred.
So you want? Oh, okay, I understand. So
Yeah,
you want
yes,
James, yeah, and Pogba in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. I thought you just wanted Dan James instead of Ahmad there. I was like, what do you think?
No.
But yeah, so that's the team I think you should pick. However, let's not lie to ourselves, right, boys? let's just not lie to ourselves. Let's get down to business. Yeah, let's serious you. Because I actually
That one's probably gonna happen.
I feel like it won't happen. How are we feeling?
It's not gonna happen.
You don't feel like it's gonna happen.
I don't.
I also
I
don't
don't
feel
know.
like it's
Also,
gonna
I don't back it.
I also don't back it.
I back by like 90%.
I feel like it can happen.
Yeah, Fred will probably play again.
I'm gonna tell you, yeah. It looks like yeah.
There you go.
We're just saying.
Yeah, what was the question? I'm sorry.
We were talking about Ollie's
It's annoying.
team now. So I raised Bailly. I raised Telles. I'm gonna leave Fred, I'm guessing. Now, Matic.
Mixel.
He's gone, nah? He's gone.
Mixos. It's
Mixos.
Mixos, yeah. That's Mixos.
Right. Right, let's not even ask questions there.
I think Telles will play.
You see, I want to agree with you, but
But-
because it's the what can I say? The competition it is and where we are in this competition. And the importance of the game, that's what I mean. The importance of the game. I feel like you won't.
And also the strength of opposition. Ricardo Pereira is
Yeah.
no slouch going forward. It's going to be a really, really tough battle against Shaw or Tellers, and Shaw's more defensively sound. So we're probably going to see that.
I think we might see Bai. I'm not saying it's not definite, but I think we might see Bai.
I think I'm going to buy starting, if I'm being honest. Out
Okay,
of all
I'll
the
put Bailly
rotation
back. I'll put
picks.
Bailly back.
I'm most certain I'm buy. No one else,
Let's
in my
put Bailly
opinion.
back. Right, let's put Bailly back. Let's put Bailly back.
Yeah, if he's fit, of course.
If he's
Because
fit.
there's questions about his fitness, that's why he didn't travel. So if he's fit, he's playing, I think.
Let's put Bailly there. Let's put
And
James there.
I hate this so much.
Oh, I hate this team so much, dude. I
I'm
fucking
gonna
hate
play-
this team. Oh no. Boy, the internet just doesn't like it anyway.
I just
Mm.
don't.
I'm gonna play myself and say,
Ah, the juicy bit.
Oh, the juicy bit. Yeah, you can say you're gonna play yourself.
What's the juicy?
I'm gonna play myself and say Daniel Biscott.
You play yourself. There's no ways that's happening.
Yeah, that's not happening. That is a dream.
I would love to
of
put it on the
mine.
whiteboard. There's more chance Donny playing a 10 than Donny playing in the point. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So now
I feel like
look at that team.
he wants
And
to
I
play.
wanna cry. I wanna cry with this team. Because this team.
I feel
just
like he's in a bit under
plays
pressure.
well.
This is the Donny situation, as much as he wants it.
He is. Suppose I didn't see the clip myself,
Yeah.
but supposedly Ollie went to go try put an arm around Donny yesterday, and Donny couldn't be asked. He just walked off.
I'm finding this clip now.
I didn't see the clip, but I
think
heard
I'll
a
take it
story
to
like
Twitter.
that. He went to go give him a pat on the back,
think
and Donny just walked away.
He'll play him for that reason. And hopefully Donny can take advantage
I will
of this
never,
opportunity.
ever take Ollie's side over Donny van de Beek's side. Ever. Because what Ollie is doing, no manager in the world would do. No manager
Yeah, no.
in the world would do. It's sackable alone. It is sackable alone, the treatment of Donny van de Beek. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to go into it, but any other manager in world football with half a brain would play Donny van de Beek in our midfield. Anyone. Even if he wasn't a regular starter, he's still over the picking order over Scott McTominay and Fred. Definitely. So,
Yeah.
it's sad to see. And now, boys, I look at this. You guys feel confident in this team? You guys feel confident in this team getting a result over Leicester in the FA Cup?
I think we can do it, but I wouldn't say it's a definite.
Yeah. And that's to show. That's Ollie's first team, by the way. This is Ollie's first team, and we don't back it. And we don't back it. Hey. This manager will he'll give me grey hairs young, boys. He's gonna give me grey hairs young, you know. Well, I don't know if you can find that clip, but
Yeah,
it might not be true. I'm just saying it might not be true. I just heard it on one of the podcasts I was listening
I
this
am
morning.
looking. I'm still gonna search. I'm gonna waste my time, and I want to know if it's true.
Well, while you waste your time, and while Moloto's actually alive for the very few seconds he is alive every now and then, can we get your score prediction, Mr. Moloto?
Shins. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in this game. I think we'll play on the front foot, and Pogba will play. I guess that's a bonus. Same thing with you, I'm breaking it down as I go along. What else? As I said, I think Donny will play. So if they're both playing, that's also something to be proud of. Mason, I think we play those players will win this game. By how much? Jeez, my life. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I'm going to disrespect Leicester.
2-0. Another clean sheet.
Disrespecting Leicester.
Another clean sheet as well. Mr. Christopher.
The incorrect name, yes.
Yes, that's the correct name.
I don't think we've been in the best scoring form, so I don't know if we can clean sweep like a 2-0. We haven't been scoring recently. It's always been a 1-0, 1-0, 1-1, 1-0. That's kind of what we've been doing recently. So our defenses look solid right now, and as much as Leicester are always an attack going forward, I'm hoping we keep our progress that we made defensively and we keep another clean sheet. But I'm always just asking the question if that's what I'm hoping for here. But I think we'll see another 1-0 in my opinion.
Ooh, another clean sheet.
Yeah. One more to spice it up. Give Dino more.
I'll tell you what, I ain't giving us a clean sheet. I can tell you guys that much. Because I just never back us to get a clean sheet. I'm scarred for life. I'm scarred for life now. So, I think Leicester can get a goal, obviously, and I think our defense is dizzy enough to give away a goal. I'll tell you what, Chris. If he picks a team similar to one that just played that Europa League game, I think we go out. But if he doesn't, and he plays the right team, I'm basing my score prediction off the right team. So we say Ahmad's in there, we say Donny, maybe even Bruno, Pogba, Mason, the right team. Even Shaw to an extent. If he picks the right team, Pogba being in the team is a big boost. So if he somehow puts Pogba on the wing, Bruno at 10, and Donny in the pivot, which is the best case scenario, in my mind, there's no way we're losing the game, because that's three of our most creative players on the pitch, and Ahmad, and Mason. The brains is just ridiculous. So if Ollie picks the right team, just because we haven't been really scoring that many goals lately, I'm just gonna say 2-1. I'm gonna say 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
I never back us to get a clean sheet,
Yeah.
and I would love to bet us to get lots of goals, but it could be a bit weird. You know, Donny, Pogba, they haven't all played together for a long time. You know, we don't know how sharp
Fantastic.
everyone is. I think it'll be absolutely. And I would love to say if Donny played in the pivot, Bruno 10, Pogba left wing, Mason, Ahmad, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Bailly, Aaron, and Dino. I would love to say we smashed them 3-0. But
And I know he's not one
I don't know.
to like maybe experiment like that, but I feel like I just get this feeling that he feels a bit comfort with the fact that we're in top 4 and that he knows he's going to get a contract. So I think because of that, he might be willing to experiment.
Well, I hope so, because this is what you'd want in there, isn't it? We'd like to see, like, if top 4 is on lockdown and he knows that was the requirements to get him his job, his extension, you should be building towards that nice football now. You should be building towards playing the better players. You should be building towards, you know, in general, what we've been arguing about. All the small things we argue about week in, week out needs to start getting worked on now.
Yeah.
There's just that. But yeah, because Moloto's dead and he's been, well, not him, his internet is, but yeah, your internet is just, it's not helping you today, bro. It's not helping today. It's okay, it's one of those days. It's okay.
Doesn't love me.
The internet, Moloto's internet, if everyone doesn't
No.
know, it's Ollie out. His internet is desperately Ollie out. It wants Ollie out even more than us, you know, so that's how bad his internet wants Ollie gone. And you mentioned Ollie, you mentioned McFred, you mentioned Dan James, gone. Internet, gone. So, yeah, boys, let's just hope we win, innit? I don't care. I just want to win. Obviously, I would like to win by playing nice football. But honestly, I just want a trophy also. I really want a trophy. So I hope to win. I never want us to lose. So, yeah, let's just see what happens come Sunday. So it's a very strange weekend because it's Premier League, half FA Cup. So we're just going to see what happens. And yeah, hopefully Ollie picks the right team. Once again, we left in this boat. It's in Ollie's hands. I don't pick the team. Moloto doesn't pick the team. Clayton doesn't pick the team. Otherwise, if I pick the team, you won't even see 4-2-3-1. You wouldn't even see 4-3-3 maybe. You know, you'd see a straight diamond. But anyways, I'm not going to get into that. Hope you guys all enjoyed that video. Let us know your score predictions down below. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you're new, smash a like. And we will check you on Sunday, which will hopefully be a positive one, which will hopefully be what Moloto says, going for it. And we will check you on Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Until we see you, goodbye.